Map for College learning community. My name is Ernest Manelli, founder of Map for College. Today's video will focus on the importance of doing your research from the inside out, from the micro to the macro. And again, this is my belief based on professional experience and based on a protocol that has worked very well for the vast majority of students with whom I've worked over the years professionally. So my philosophy is many students will come into the initial stage of awareness for the college preparation program and they'll say, well, you know, one of my basketball teammates applied to such and such school, or one of my sister's friends applied to this school, and you know, I heard great things from my aunt. She said that she had a great experience in such and such department, you know, when she was a student there. So you kind of get these anecdotes from friends, from family, from teammates, from classmates, from teachers. And a lot of times students will do some degree of initial research, but most of that initial research tends to be surface level, which is fine. That's where you have to start. But I am a firm believer that you are best served by starting the process with the time that you will spend on your research should align with some degree of goal-oriented thought with regard to what you might study. Now, if you're completely undecided, if you have multiple interests, then there's going to be a separate video that I'm going to record soon that will touch on how to search and do your research when you are truly undecided. But for those students who know which portion of the intellectual grocery store they want to sample. For example, do you want to be on the Bachelor of Arts side of things with departments in the Bachelor of Arts category that will lead you to that degree? Or would you rather be within the Bachelor of Science realm with departments of study that would lead you toward that degree? So if you can at least delineate Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and sort of establish that most likely I would be one or the other, or trending favorably toward one or the other. So for most majors or fields of concentration, or however primary course of study, most colleges will refer to it as a major. Your primary field of study is where you will spend approximately half of your academic life at that college or university. Now, of course, there's the social side of school, there's community service, there are clubs, activities, sports, social life, you know, that sort of thing. But in general, the academic life, about half of your coursework will take place within your major. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, but about half. That's a good rule of thumb, let's say. So I recommend that students start with their major field of study. And if they have a good idea of where they're trending, you could do research on one or two or three departments within a certain bandwidth. For example, if you think you might become an entrepreneur, maybe you'd want to look at economics, business entrepreneurship, maybe take a course in grant writing, or, you know, you might want to mix and match and cross-register between departments, but you would generally think that a prospective business major would be within a certain bandwidth of the curriculum in terms of major. So I recommend starting with a course of study at a particular college. Try to do the research through the prism of which professors currently at that department, at that university or college, which professors would I consider to be my mentors if I were to gain admission there. For example, you can look online. Most colleges have an academics link. They have a link to departments. They have professor bios, like the biography, a little short synopsis of each professor's field of study, what they've researched, what courses they teach. And some faculty bios are more extensive than others. Some have links to their actual syllabi for the course of study that they would teach, different courses. So some colleges really go full tilt. They really go for the full experience, and they give you as much intel as they can. Other colleges will give you an overview. Regardless, you can do some level of research. create a document, create a Quizlet set of cards, create some sort of institutional memory that will allow you to capture the learning when you are researching a particular department, researching the professors, the courses that are required, because certain majors have required prerequisite courses. So if you know you're going to take it and you know that certain professor teaches it, you might as well do a profile on that professor. Courses they teach, associations they have, publications, like what books have they published. And the thing is, the great thing in the internet age is you can just copy and paste onto a document, sort of create bullet points or create little context, maybe do like a speech to text function where you sort of augment certain features of a professor's experience or biography that really speak to you and resonate with you. So I think you should know the professors within an academic department of a prospective college just as well as you know the band members of your favorite singing band in music, or your favorite starting lineup for your favorite baseball or softball team, or your favorite prospective lineup for your fantasy football league, or if you're into drama, like the actors and actresses from your favorite Broadway play. Like, in other words, as you study and research things in pop culture, study and research those things that matter to you. Start with the Department of Study. Do a deep dive onto the professors, the courses, and you don't have to do an extensive map out of your full 4-year perspective journey, but just say to yourself, which professors would most likely be my mentors? Which courses would I most likely enjoy taking above and beyond the prerequisites that are required for everyone? What are some courses that I could take that would really enrich my study? What courses would I take that would really set me on a great pathway for my future career? And then you can start looking at associations. You can start saying, okay, the department within a certain field of study, the department at school A compares with the department at school B in the following ways. You can go by faculty-student ratio. You can go by performance quality metrics if there are any reviews. I would be cautious about looking at online reviews of professors, because sometimes the professors who get the lowest grades on some of those rate my teachers, they tend to be the best professors. They just tend to be a little bit more strict maybe and require a little bit more due diligence. So, but whatever form of research you take, just do some initial research-based orientation into the Department of Study, and then you can branch out and say, okay, I like certain departments of study and certain professors, and I really can envision myself here as a student. Now, how easy is it to cross-register between departments? Which electives might I take? Might I start a new foreign language or continue with an existing foreign language? Would I like to take a course for an elective purpose that I haven't had the chance to take at my high school? So then you can start looking from the major field of study to the electives, then to the clubs and activities, the overall campus setting, dormitory life, whether housing is guaranteed all 4 years or not, what the situation is in terms of housing lotteries and that sort of thing. And mostly you can get that from a school's website, from the student newspaper, from different articles that link up to alumni magazines. You can find enough breadcrumbs of information. But in general, I have found working with students that when you start with the department level field of study as your primary orientation into understanding what might really resonate with you at that particular college, starting with the micro field of study and moving out to the macro, okay, field of study plus electives plus intramurals, extracurriculars, sports, what's the life like on the weekend, what can you do in terms of different cultural excursions and outings, and then you go from the micro to the macro view, and that helps you to gain more confidence and more understanding and have an even better dialogue. So if you'd like to discuss your perspective list of schools and what might really resonate with you, feel free to reach out. You can reach me at www.mapforcollege.com. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.